episode 5, live at home residency. We've started a new thing where we're drawing a card as we ground before the show. Today was transformation. More about that later, maybe not.
Informative, yeah.
It didn't work.
The informative gypsy.
I didn't work out that. Is that that's not a dismount, that's a pre-mount?
That's a buck off. Alright, let's get serious. There's a sadness growing. See it on strangers, and I feel it on me. Don't get me started on the so-called powers that be. I got a feeling that we could rise above it all. Anything that won't move is gonna have to fall. And there ain't no way that they're bringing me down tonight. The bastards, ain't no way that they're bringing me down tonight. I will kneel down at the altar, hold all the love and the light. When I stand, I will not falter. I'm not afraid of a fight when I know it's right. And there ain't no way that they're bringing me down tonight. It's I cannot remember that in the dead of the winter, the seed finds a way to be born, even in the darkest day. So come on, get it together. It's now or never, and it's not too late. There's a fire burning down heaven's gates. There ain't no way that they're bringing me down tonight. The bastards, ain't no way that they're bringing me down tonight. No, I will kneel down at the altar, hold all the love and the light. When I stand, I will not falter. I'm not afraid of a fight when I know it's right. And there ain't no way that they're bringing me down tonight. No, there ain't no way that they're bringing me down tonight. The bastards, ain't no way that they're bringing me down tonight. I will kneel down at the altar, hold all the love and the light. When I stand, I will not falter. I'm not afraid of a fight when I know it's right. And there ain't no way that they're bringing me down tonight. No, there ain't no way that they're bringing me down tonight. Ain't no way that they're bringing me down tonight. There's no way.
No way.
Yeah.
Almost missed a couple of things, both of us right there. Hey y'all, thanks for jumping in tonight, today, whatever it is, wherever you are. We are grateful for you, for the connection, for the leaning into each other in community, in spaces where we can just try to be authentic and true and true and true. So this is us live from our tent yurt in our backyard, reaching out across this cosmos, directly into you and you back to us. And that's how it works. This next song is from our debut Gazelle album. Oh wait, you were going to say something.
Yeah.
You started playing that melody and I skipped
that last
ahead.
song for Josh Holder and his buddy from Mississippi. They were at the Canes. We did the Hangover Ball on the first of the year, day one. And she came up and joined me on a song we played about the bastards. So that's for you guys. They'd asked me about it, so I wanted to play it.
Cool.
Sorry, you were rolling.
That's okay. So all good. No, yeah. So yeah, this next song is from our debut album. It was one of the first songs Mac and I wrote together. We wrote it at the end of 2020, which on the one hand is so crazy that was so long ago, and yet not at all long ago. And how much has not changed, and how much has. You know, I'm just sitting here thinking about, it's like, I don't know what you call it, the heaviness that has blanketed this country and the world, really, but it's really bizarre because it feels not so, like, on the one hand it feels dire where we are, the division and the violence, but on the other hand we live in a world where it's all so much more accepted as normal. It's like 5 years later, it's just as messed up, and our battle for what the truth is just as rigorous, and yet it feels oddly like just another day for everyone. And so that's interesting to me. But one thing that is certain, at least for me, that is very different than 2020, I've worked really hard to not carry my rage and my anger so much in my chest and in my body, and where it leads me, you know, I'm not giving it the control that maybe I did, and that's not because I don't care, because I do.
Yeah, the other just is pointless.
Yeah, just the righteous anger has a place, but like everyday anger, that's what they want from us, you know, in a way. The oppressors and people that run, you know, oligarchs and regimes, they want you to be so beat down. And anger is such a heavy emotion that the more angry you are and the more outraged, which of course we are, but if that's the only thing you're leading with, you succumb to exactly what they want. And so I have taken it as like a job we both have to try to rise above that lower vibration and that lower frequency through a lot of means and a lot of work. And this tent is part of that, and you guys are part of that. But like, I'm going to be angry, but I'm going to work a lot harder for love, to the extent that it's like radical love in every way, shape, and form is the focus. And that's really what this song is about. But now I feel like I'm living it more than I was then, to be honest. And I haven't sang it as much, I think because I worked through it somehow. But I decided I really wanted to do it today and come back to it because it's been a while, and just see where it goes.
See how it feels.
See how it feels. This is In the Meantime. It's been hard, it's been heavy, been coming down so steady, and it damn near broke the levee right around the timberline. It's alright if I don't belong, your kind of truth to me just feels wrong. And I guess I knew that all along, but I loved you in the meantime. I love you in the meantime, through all those in-between times. And I will pardon you of all your crimes. You can pardon me for mine. There is one thing I won't do, trade in the peace
place I found for you.
Maybe one day it'll dawn, and I'll love you in the meantime. And even if it never dawns on you, I'll love you in the meantime. Real quick, yeah, that, I thought about how that song was, it's come true with me and my dad. So I'm going to be honest about that emotion. I didn't really go through it. It just rose up in me earlier that I wanted to sing that song. But 5 years later from when we wrote that song, which was a time when I wasn't speaking to my dad, there's lines in that song that are so directly for me to him. And what's really amazing is songs can be prayers.
They are, for sure.
They're prayers. Or like a spell of words, in the sense of like, they bring energy because it moves through us. And in that song, there's lines in that, even though my dad and I don't share common beliefs in a lot of ways, we have learned to accept each other and to love each other, and to not demand that the other not be themselves. And I want to honor that, because it that's what this is for. So sorry for the extra gabbing, but
no, that's great.
Got to honor that. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Woo, that was therapy. Okay, thank y'all. Wouldn't have happened if we didn't go live, probably. There's something weird about that, being on your toes. Let's see. Hi. Hey, y'all. I'm seeing things, but as I said before, I need glasses. So I see y'all are writing things, but honestly, I mean, I see like kind things. I see Holder said, oh, hey, Serrano. Anyway, this is my trailer, Frito, where I lived at one time. There's Hopi-san. So we're going to come in here instead of the soliloquy wall, just because there was a couple of things we wanted to do together. So we decided to do it in here. Oh, that works, doesn't it? Okay. How about that? Okay. You want to...
Oh, we got to talking about, over Christmas I went and saw my dad, and my dad's was a school teacher and a principal, his whole life, and has been in the school system. And it was interesting hearing him talk to my oldest daughter. She's a counselor at a middle school in Ada, Oklahoma. And just listening to them talk about trying to, one, get the attention of kids, and just that the reoccurring theme that kept coming up between the two was there's no consequences. There's absolutely zero consequence, and they know it. And we've been talking about it, and just thought it was interesting,
Yeah, the whole time we were sitting there talking, and it was this beautiful, in the one hand, beautiful connection they were having, but over something, you think about the distance and generations and time, and them both experiencing this thing. And I was sitting there, and I didn't want to bring the conversation that was really beautiful happening amongst family into something that the direction it would go if I said this. But I was thinking to myself, well, yeah, of course they don't believe there's consequences, because the sitting president has faced zero consequences for anything. War crimes against humanity, people are murdered, people take billions of dollars that aren't theirs, and there's no consequences. Women are raped, and there's no consequences. So the youth, of course, why would they believe there's consequences for them? And I never thought that word consequences, like, it's like it doesn't even belong in the vernacular anymore.
Yeah.
Or something.
You know, I don't know. I was thinking, because we were talking about this earlier, but just thinking how there is a consequence, you know, and the consequence is your soul decays. You know,
True.
You know,
You don't experience. You
may not
love.
get this consequence A, you know, but consequence B is you're kind of cut off from the light. And,
you're suffering.
Yeah, and you're carrying around this darkness, and greedy people that chase after money, you know, like, you know, anybody in the president's realm, anybody like that, anybody that chases, or anybody that chases money is never ever satisfied. I've never seen them happy, you know, because more is what they want, and it can never be attained.
Yeah.
You know.
But and to say one thing, like we were talking about earlier, and to make sure it is said, there are like irreparable consequences for some people. If you're black or brown, you suffer more consequences for your existence than particularly well-to-do white people, and especially people, you know, who there should be consequences for. But anyway, so there's that.
So what do we do about it?
We have to go back to that part where what you said. We have to all work really hard for our souls. And I don't mean in terms of like being saved by anybody or any entity, but like to return to real connections, and make that our reality, so that we remember that it's not about all that material, gross world. It's about, you know, love. It's about love.
Yeah.
That's all it ever should have been about. And you know, when you encounter someone who has a wealth of love, you know it. And they may have nothing in their pocket, you know, but that's that thing. That's, yeah. Anyway, we could go on and on about that. Let me do one more thing here, and then we're going to go back to the tent.
Oh, pop. Sit. I'll sit when I want to.
I want you to react to, I want you to hear this poem too. So I'm reading from Joy Harjo, The Woman Who Fell from the Sky. Joy Harjo is a Muskogee Creek Nation poet, former poet laureate. She lives around Tulsa, I believe, but
she's really great.
I love her so much. I constantly have one of these in my drum case. But anyway, I was organizing some things today. I was writing this morning, and I wanted to read something from hers. And right before we started, I opened this and pulled this, and I kid you not, this was synchronistic. This was not, I didn't look for this. It came into our sight. This is called The Creation Story. I'm not afraid of love or its consequence of light. It's not easy to say this or anything when my entrails dangle between paradise and fear. I am ashamed. I never had the words to carry a friend from her death to the stars correctly, or the words to keep my people safe from drought or gunshot. The stars who were created by words are circling over this house, formed of calcium, of blood. This house, this country, in danger of being torn apart by stones of fear. If these words can do anything, I say, bless this house with stars, transfix us with love. I added this country to that one line because it feels appropriate, but the original is this house in danger of being torn apart by stones. But yeah, it says in the opening line, I'm not afraid of love or its consequence of light. And I think, when I think about that, if the consequence of light is to see, to have something shown to you, that's kind of the metaphor, the connotation, then to me, love is living in the light in terms of being honest and open. Real love is, it's honest, it's open, it's transparent, it's not ashamed in having to hide. Once you reach the fullest capacity of love, you're open. And so the consequence of light, that makes so much sense to me, because it's just being seen for who you really are. And I think that is a version of what love is.
Yeah, it's hard for people.
Yeah, and it's hard to be seen by others sometimes. It's scary. The cats are up on the... Here, you take the camera. I'll go to the tent. We're going to do 2 more songs, y'all. Hope he's on.
Beautiful. That's what I've been doing my time, cutting wood. It's my therapy. I'm probably filming the ground. Thanks for joining us. If you indeed joined.
Okay. Yes.
How'd I do?
Hi, whoever's making all those amazing, beautiful signs. Love it. Y'all are amazing. Thank y'all for sticking with us. You guys are bona fide. I don't know what that means. Okay, we got 2 more songs and then we're going to cut it off. I think we'll still be under 30 minutes.
Why are you yelling?
I don't know why I'm yelling. I'm bonkers. Do y'all see this scratch on my nose? Cat. Shocking, I know. It wasn't in agitation. It was playful, but it was painful. We're gonna do another song off of our debut Crow and Gazelle album. This song was originally a poem that I had written about him not too long after we had started. We reconnected in 2018. We'd known each other, for like 20 years. And anyway, we started dating, and then I wrote this poem to him. And when we were getting ready to make our debut album, he had taken this poem, put it to piano, surprised me, made me cry. Anyway, on the record, he sings it. But I had this idea today to sing it myself. So, this is Blackbird. First time I saw you, you were deep in a hollow, surrounded by the sea of fallen trees. Down from the sun you came shining, and you lighted me with a feather, woven with words that made me believe. Blackbird, I'll walk beside you. You don't have to be alone. Meet me in the morning by the river without a name. Kiss my mouth like silent thunder. Leave me lighter than before you came. Lighter than before you came. Blackbird, I'll walk beside you. You don't have to be alone. Meet me in the morning by the river without a name. Kiss my mouth like silent thunder. Leave me lighter than before you came. Lighter than before you came.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, ukulele time. We're gonna do a Van Morrison song.
On the ukulele. Now, those may be two things I don't know if ever been said. Do you think Van would like the ukulele?
Not if I was doing it.
He would be offended.
Yeah, he would be.
Just because he seems like the type that would be like not down, even though he plays. Does he play the mandolin?
Sure, he does.
I could just see him being snooty about the ukulele for some reason. You need a tuner? Let me grab it. We can do that. While you're doing that, I'll do this.
Brought to you by Transformation.
Brought to you by Transformations. I don't know if this is like reversed on here. I think it is, but we got this oracle deck when we were out in Taos. Michelle is the artist. I can't remember the woman's name who writes the things, but they're gorgeous. We also got a couple of their prints because the colors are so pretty.
Splattered victim, praying out on that ancient highway, torn between half-truth and victimization. You're fighting back with counterattacks. This one that rough God goes riding. Even that rough God goes gliding. Even that rough God goes riding. Riding on it. Riding on it. Well, I was flabbergasted by the headlines. People in glass houses throwing stones. Gaping wounds that will never heal. Now they're mourning like a dog in a manger. 'Cause when that rough God goes right, that rough God goes glide. Isn't that rough God goes riding, riding on it, riding on it. It's a matter of survival when you're born with your back against the wall. Somebody handed me a Bible. Somebody gave me a number to call. When that rough God goes riding, isn't that rough God goes gliding? Isn't that rough God goes riding, riding on it, riding on it. Is when that rough God goes riding. Isn't that rough God goes gliding? Isn't that rough God goes riding, riding on it, 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 riding on
The dogs are going crazy around the block.
Hey,
Well,
thanks for tuning in, and if you watch this later, thank you. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you do like it.
Listen to him
Come to
saying
find
that.
out, it helps with the algorithm, and I hate knowing that, and I hate even worse saying that, but thank you very much. We
Yeah.
enjoy doing this. You know, if it's just something up your alley, then yeah, come hang out here.
We're gonna
And
keep
if
doing
it's
this.
not, well,
No. If it's not, there's somebody out there that's your tribe. That's the thing. Your community, your people, your... If we're not your weirdo outsiders, if we're not your, whatever, then they're out there. Keep looking. Keep seeking. We're here to seek love. We're here to be love. And it's there for you. Until next week. Bye!